by principles of the intertemporal trace. To communicate across the abyss of deep time, we must abandon the primitive notion of transmission. A transmission is a ripple. It fades, a trace is a scar. It remains. Principle 1, structure over signal. Signals dissipate, structure persists. Avoid radio, lasers, temporal modulation, they are ghosts in the static. Adopt orbital configurations, spectral anomalies, stable geometries. The message must not be a pulse. It must be a persistent state. Principle 2, biological and cultural independence. The observer is unknown. They may not possess eyes, ears, or a carbon-based core. They may exist in a different slice of space-time. Requirement. The message must be mathematical, physical, and topological. Constants, prime numbers, symmetries, invariants, redundancy, language, emotions, and cultural symbols are local code and will fail. Unintentional discovery. The recipient should not need to search for a message. The message must be so profoundly unnatural that it cannot be dismissed as stochastic noise. This cannot be a coincidence as the only universal decoder. Nature is efficient, intelligence is meaningfully wasteful. The hallmark of will is a structure that is costly to maintain and offers no evolutionary advantage. We look for unstable states held in perfect, redundant equilibrium. Principle 5, temporal redundancy. A message must survive millions of years and planetary cataclysms. This excludes all digital media and silicon-based data. It leaves only the fundamental forces. Gravity, mass, chemistry. We stop listening for whispers and start looking for fingerprints in the fabric of the galaxy. Orbital engineering. Look for planetary chains with unnatural resonances, perfectly aligned planes, or suppressed eccentricities where chaos should reign. Gravity does not hum, but it sings in patterns that nature cannot compose. Anomalous thermodynamics. Every mind consumes energy and radiates heat. We seek statistical deviations in thermal balance. Excess infrared radiation not linked to stellar activity but stabilized across eons. Chemical impossibilities. Nature abhors complex molecules without a biological or geological driver. We search for unstable compounds maintained at planetary scales, gaseous imbalances, and unnatural isotopic ratios that defy the laws of entropy. Not a transmission, but a signature dirty absorption lines or repeating dips in stellar brightness that do not fit any known model of a star's life cycle. Evolutionary scars. The most subtle trace, biological branches that appear curated, where disadvantageous traits are preserved or complexity jumps without environmental pressure. A flag for the observant. The reality is harsh. We will never hear them on the radio. They will never hear us. But we can be detected, we can be recognized. Humanity's mission is to stop shouting into the void and start building. We must think in scales of millions of years. We must cease being a flicker of data and become a form. Intergalactic messaging is not a letter sent through the mail. It is the architecture of reality. Civilizations do not speak to one another in sentences. They leave traces for those who have finally learned how to see. The universe is silent, but it is not empty. It is a gallery of monuments. We are the observers today. We must be the architects tomorrow.